Hello and welcome back. So we're going to go into the third map, which is Inferno Chiefs versus Control, to see who of these two teams is going to go into the FACEIT League Stage 3, the final stage of 2015. We should be going into the game very shortly indeed. Now, can't really say what to expect from Control. They're a new team as far as FACEIT's concerned, so we don't really have any history of them. Actually, I think Wooly has sent through some info, so I'll look at that in a second. So we are going straight into the pistol. Bit of a peek from CT's down mids, but this will not yield any results. It's not every day you see Banana smoked off on a pistol round. That's interesting. Now you can see Chris Wow has been he's bought the Julies, but you know the Julies are buffed. But again, he's got no armor here, and I think it would be a stronger play if someone threw him the dual breasters and he bought armor. You can see there's 3 players for Chiefs with armor. One with a kit, and he's one with Julies and no armor, which is not optimal, guys. We need more optimal plays here. Make things optimal. So what is the play of the T's? It seems they're going to try and run distraction, maybe eventually ending up in a pinch of the B bomb site through CT spawn. There comes the smoke into the arch area. Susie's going to move in towards the library to get a read on the situation. He's going to miss his initial shots. He'll take down Iceman. Oh, wow, he just got planked onto the CT spawn area, but the push is coming in from the T's. Going to go for the plant onto the barbecue position. Chris Wow, you can see holding an off angle. That is very sneaky indeed. Haven't seen that one before. Definitely stealing that one myself. This should be a fast cleanup, as there is only Nyx remaining. Chris getting 2 frags with the dual bretters. And we have an invisible defuse. That looks amazing. Oh, go TV. Floating tentacles to take round 1. Alright, so Pietro's going for the Mag 7 play. And that smoke is in front of car. Commonly used by NIP as well. I think Exist likes to throw it for that team. Lots of nades coming out for the Chiefs. Specking Lightstep, obviously, as you can see, will not be easy, as he is A, invisible, and B, never mind. Zusi coming into the P90. So damage will not be easy here for the Control team. They do have 3 P250s on the remaining players, but they need to get those close quarters engagements. Although the P250 does have good recoil, so you can get a quick 2-tap with the P250. But either way, not going to get much done versus the P90 hitting all the shots. Okay, so maybe we might have to switch to the alternative GoTV, as there are GoTV bugs galore. I really hope one day Valve fixes GoTV. I don't know why it has been ignored for so long. It really defies belief. It's almost like they're not aware. Lightstep is now a remote control car. Ooh, Pietro just caught with a nade in his hand with absolutely no cover. It's just sloppy play in that position, to be honest. You see him drawing his gun, but it was far too late. Lightstep will get frag back, but Chiefs are spread out across the map with 4 players now, over a minute on the clock. They're going to be stretched for a while. 2 for 2, and they're forced to play passive positions towards A. I think there's a player on balcony for the CTs who can get a bit of a warning towards quad, while Zusi plays site/library. Zusi has no more flashbangs, and the CTs are going to concede vision of Arch. That's going to force them to put Lightstep, I think that is, in CT spawn, leaving Chris Wow on B alone. So we've got a 4-man crawl up the arch area, and indeed they are going through CT spawn. Now, what exactly is going to happen here? We have the attempts coming in from the CTs to hold things down, and the T's are going to speed up. Completely outnumbered is Lightstep. He will get taken down. So it's Chris on the sites. See how much he can do. That is a lot of work that he's done there. And he's left OCE and Genesis quite tagged. Susi coming in just in time to make this a 2 versus 1. This is suddenly doable. And they won't even get a bomb plant after having 4 people going through CT spawn. That is really unfortunate for Control. They made the right play. But Chris on the site just did enough damage. Silence them for being very important there. So, round 4, Control going to find themselves on the eco once more. 4 P250s and the solo Glock onto 5-star. Standard round so far, which is people on eco are dying. Not much else can be said at the moment. It seems Control will opt for the B play. There's only one towards B at the moment, with one almost playing Speedway. That's Pietro, which is interesting since there are 3 people alive and kicking over towards A. But maybe it was an attempt to hold Arch. In case Arch was isolated, Pietro going to get the flames to kill Iceman. Very apt. OCE alone. Ooh, gets the shot straight into the face of Pietro. The bomb, though, is a little bit exposed in the pool area, so plant's going to be hard. Okay, so it's 4-0 here for the Chiefs. I think we're going to quickly switch Go TVs while this match is paused for a few seconds. So things are going well for the CTs at the moment, as you can see. 4-0 clean sheet is there. But again, going back to the pistol round, it's something that Nip do as well. Get Right will buy dual Berettas on Inferno instead of buying armor and having dual Berettas dropped to him. This is something that Threat once pointed out. So hopefully we see this change soon, because it makes more sense for the person who's wielding the dualies to be to have more of a meat shield going on, as opposed to having no armor whatsoever. It just, you know, doesn't really make sense. And it's lots of small things which make for an important update for a stronger hold, etc., for a stronger team in Counter-Strike. So that's one of the things that we noticed there. But again, it was unfortunate for the T's there for Control with a 4-man push through CT, unable to make it to the site. And again, that's one of the utilities of the Silence Them 4. I mean, it can take a long time for the T's to detect exactly where you are in that kind of situation, and that's why it's still a good weapon. I do think that people are overreacting with the change to the M4A4, and especially for people at home. I think naturally people are going to have a herd mentality and say, okay, all the pros are going to the M4A4. The Silence M4's crap. Just find out for yourselves. Play it, see if you like it, get used to it. That's the main thing, get used to it. Because it does feel weird. Now it's a bit slower. But get used to it and then see what you think of it. As you can see here, we've got 3 Silence M4s and 2 M4A4s on the Chiefs. So the buy is finally coming out for Control. Going for some fast aggression towards B. Some Molotovs to try and hold off the usual angles for the CTs. But the CTs are going to start getting aggressive regardless, starting to move down Banana, and depending on how much control they get, they may rotate one of those CTs around and towards A. However, it seems they'll be content staying where they are. So the T's are moving up towards the A site now. The trade's coming in, but wow, Lightstep has wrecked them with a cameo appearance by Zusi as well, leaving only 5-star miles away from the bomb. Although the CTs won't know where the bomb is for now, but how much will the bomb even matter at this point? Less than a minute on the clock for him to 1v4 and collect the bomb. This is not going to be easy. And it seems he is just going to go to do some damage if he can, because heading towards Banana when the bomb is second mid is not going to win you around. So starting to move up mid now. At this point, maybe he should just opt for some kind of save. And that nade is definitely not what he wanted. You can see he was trying to throw a random nade towards Arch, but it bounced off the wrong pillar and came back straight at him. So 15 seconds left now. He's thrown his nades away. Maybe just to stop the CTs from pushing. And indeed, he will go for the save. So are we going with 5-star here because the 5 is after the S? But S5AR doesn't really, unless it's. I was thinking, no, it has to be. I'm just going to say 5-star because nothing makes sense. Nothing else makes sense here, guys. I'm sorry. So Control are going to go for the buy once more. The AKs will continue. We can see the money for the Chiefs will allow them one more buy should they lose a round. But, you know, it's not great money by any means. But 5-0, they're not complaining. Standard setup from the CT, 3 towards A, 2 towards B. The nades coming in down banana. Nick's going to take a bit of damage. T's have a player towards the tree, but that's all they have going on for them at the moment. 2 in second mid and 2 at the bottom of mid itself. For those of you at home playing pugs, I'm guaranteeing almost all of you neglect second mid and ats on your T side. It's like nobody wants to go there, but if you have people that do, it'll make it a lot easier for you to actually win rounds on the T side. If you have 4 people in banana, for example, look at how narrow banana is. Like, how are you going to get all your guns firing at the same time? You're not, unless you want team kills coming in. Therefore, what is the point in having so many people there? Think about it and use your teammates wisely. You can see Control now. They've got control of banana. They've got one person lurking on banana, which is Nick, standing in front of a smoke. You don't need more than one person looking at a smoke. The rest of his team forcing the CTs back towards A, and Nick just pushed straight through the smoke. I don't know how he got all the way to Pietro, and really, like, I would say he should have got a frag there. So Chiefs is very lucky, and that's definitely a hole in the B defenses, but a push is indeed coming towards A. The pit play is going to be important now. Trey's coming in. OCE versus 3, but only one of those is towards the B bomb site. Lights up playing. He's dancing around the smoke, but there's only a few seconds left for this plant to come in. He's trying to go for a safe plant, but Lights up is not going to allow it. Again, just pay attention to how Control use their players there. Once they had control of banana, they left one person there to retain control of it. Should have really got an opening frag on there. Then used the remainder of their players to push the CTs back to positions where they would be lacking information until the late push came in from Control. Control unlucky to not get the round there. But the intentions were good. So they'll be on the eco now with Iceman rocking a Galil and armor. He has been naded somewhere and lost most of his life already, which is unfortunate. Tux is going to get shot in the head there. Sorry, Genesis is going to get shot in the head there by Tux. But the question is, like, Control need, well, they needed Iceman to open up the round, but they've opted to throw the gun over to 5-star, who has full health. But the problem is he has no armor, which means if he gets aim punched, he may not be able to get any frags either. Bomb gets taken down in top mid. I don't know why the bomb was up there on its own when there are other players. For the T's in mid, that's going to be lots of information for the Chiefs and make this round a little bit easier. Nick's getting a consolation frag with the deagle, but the bomb is even more irretrievable for the last player, OCE. We'll see if he can try and retrieve that Galil, but that's top mid if I'm not mistaken. So round ends up being impossible at that point. So Control appear to have lost the player. So what do you do here if you're Control? You know, they are in some rounds taking banana eventually. You know, they're pushing the CTs back. But even when you push the CTs back, if the pit area is not smoked off, it's still super hard to take the pit and that part of the map. So maybe this disconnect will give them some time to consider their options. The money is starting to build here for the Chiefs, as you can see. Chris on 7,000 plus. So what do you do? The money, well, we're going to see the buy coming in. OCE's got 7k. Iceman just needs to be revived in this situation. I think both players need to type .stop and then it continues, but I'll leave that over to the admins here. So 7-0 for Chiefs. Obviously this is a horrible start for Control in the last map of this best of 3. Could be a quick one if this continues. So, you know, they're contesting banana well with the Molotovs and the HEs. Chiefs are doing the same, but they're unable to, for example, take the car position, get some spray downs in because it's always on fire. So nothing wrong there. Control you know, heading over towards the A site is good. Using their numbers. Some trolling here from the Chiefs. So Tux and Pietro we're not so familiar with. We should be on pause soon. So just a reminder, guys, while we are paused, again, we are close to 650k, at which point we will be... There we go. We will be giving away an AWP Medusa, an M4A1S Icarus Fell, and an M4A4 Poseidon. So Tux is apparently a strong up-and-comer. These guys have been winning everything lately and placing well. A huge turnaround from their form in Stage 2, where they went 0 for 5. Lightstep is juggling leadership and AWPing responsibilities, and has tended to lean towards the in-game leader role. Although we've seen reasonable AWPing from him today as well. So Control, I'm told that they have been together for ages. Genesis is a strong up-and-comer that they have picked up, and a huge fragger. Player to watch on the side. And they are some experienced players just getting back into the game. So, the pause time has been done, and we are ready to go. Let's see if Genesis can help get this round in the bag for his team. Well, he says stand-in, so I guess he's not a fully fledged member of the team. No fancy logo either. Alrighty then. So we're seeing an apps push. Ooh, Lightstep must have had a good spawn. If you have a spawn towards the corner of the kind of plantation thing, you can run past mid and get into apps and get into this position before the T's can get around the corner. Or you can meet them on the corner itself. You can see Lightstep's position is undetected and 5-star may be in for a rude awakening. The good thing is the Chiefs don't need a second player in apps once Lightstep has this position. You did see there was a second player in apps just making some shots, maybe trying to bait and suggest that no one is definitely in T-apps. But now, Control have been crushed before anything has happened for them. They're going to be forced to try and push towards the B bomb site. Going for it now. Bombs down. Chris Wow has held things down here, stopping Iceman, and the full rotation is going to come in. I can't see a bomb climb happening unless this happens. Nyx with 2 fast frags. So now 2 versus 3. And that's really unfortunate. Light is getting a spray down through the smoke. 2 versus 1. And Tux will get another smoke kill. 8-0 to the Chiefs. An expensive round, but another victory for them. And with a clean sheet, they won't be too concerned with the costs per round. Number of players starting over 10k. It's expensive, though, to go for the full buy on the CT side compared to the T side. But again, they don't give a damn. It's 8-0. Again, Lightstep making great use of a good spawn. Nade coming down mid. And they've gone for a 3-man push on Banana, the CTs. Trying to hold a choke point there. We've got flames on the car once more. Loads of flashbangs coming in. Pietro and Chris Wow with Molotov kills. And the M4 coming in as well. Double Molotov kill. Not something you see every day. So again, Control have been crushed. And they're going to just continually have max loss bonus. But their buy next round surely can't be as good as this one. Should they not get the bomb down at least. 2 versus 5. Only Chris Wow has been touched by the T side. And the remaining 2 players are split up, so they can't trade. And one of these 2 is going to have to kill at least 2 players in this situation. You can see Chiefs have adjusted their setup, so they've got the pit site crossfire, with Chris just playing in CT spawn, trying to stay alive with this passive position. Chiefs with a nice... I like the adjustment to try and stop their low health player from being exploited here. If, for example, OCE knows that Chris plays in Arch and he's trying to punish, they made it as hard as possible. So here we go. Now there are 2 1v1s possible for the T's towards the B bomb site. Oh, but the pre-fire from Lightstep is going to crush OCE. 5-star will be traded by Lightstep as well. 9-0 now for the Chiefs. Chiefs mixing things up well and adjusting well mid-round, as you saw from that position in CT spawn. 9-0, and again the buy comes out from Control VP, so we've got AKs and armors. Lacking grenades though. So we'll see what the approach is. The Chiefs have just been on the right side of many important decisions. So what's going to be the play here from Control? Looks like they're going to go for the fast play through the smokes in mid. Lysop needs to make sure he doesn't get caught with a nade here. He's going to get a two-man spray down and the bomb. That's the information for his team. Switches out to the pistol, but he will get taken down eventually. But now what can the teams do with this? The bomb is sandwiched between 4 CTs. Pietro holding the angle with Chris to trade. Should the push come in? But he will not even be needed yet. Nix, he's had so many frags, so many multi-spray downs in this match. We'll be needing many more frags. Zusi gets taken down. Pre-fire towards Library won't yield any results. 2 versus 1. Both these CTs are heavily tagged actually, as is Nix. So this could go in either direction. The crossfire from the CTs has gone, as Pietro is looking for the flank actually, and Chris has moved to a position where he's basically standing over the bomb. Crossfire almost returning. You can see Nix cycling through his grenades. I'd say it's better to have a button for each one to avoid that, because that is a bit of a waste of time. But there we go. The bomb's being picked up. He's moving towards the site with the bomb in his hands, and Pietro, easy 1k to take down the round. 10-0 for the Chiefs. Will Control be welcomed to the scoreboard in the first round? Iceman only has 1 frag, although looking at the other players, there aren't that many frags on anyone. Smoke going down the bottom of Banana. And again, you saw Anders highlighted something recently that actually someone else came up with the Team Molotov onto the roof to stop that smoke from going down, although that smoke didn't touch the T side of the roof, so would have been redundant anyway. So, what is the play from Control? Seems that maybe they're going to favor something to do with apps now. Chiefs getting aggressive towards B. Tux, will he check the angle? He is in position to be one-tapped. Here comes a flash, and Genesis will be forced to look away. Tries to look back in time to find a frag, but looking back will cause him to be completely white. So, that one frag in apps could have changed everything, but it wasn't to be. And now it's 5 versus 1. The Deagle doing a bit of work there. Insta trade by Tux, 11-0 now in favor of the Chiefs. Okay, so once again, it seems Control will be able to buy every single round, but again, it's been fruitless, meaningless. 0 rounds. That's got to be heartbreaking in the last map of a best of 3, where the winner qualifies for the FACEIT League. It's going to be a lot of monies. Again, 2 CTs over towards B bomb site and 3 towards A. Not seeing any cheeky boosts over the smoke from the CTs. Not taking any unnecessary risks. They will be as aware of what's on the line as their opponents. This time they're taking a more thorough check of the apps. Ooh, the timing. Tux just looking away from Boiler as the peek from Boiler comes in. Ooh, a bit of a leg exposed, and the grenade hit the T there. That's going to cause some fast aggression from the Ts, but it's not going to go in their favor. Again, getting wrecked by Tux and Zusi. Just things not going Control's way here in this last map. We're looking at 12-0 now, the way things are going. Just Nix and Oxy left. This time they're together. We've seen other rounds where the final 2 players were split up, which just made their odds even smaller. But for now, they're together. They have 30 seconds left. They're heading towards the B-bomb site. Pietro is hiding behind the wooden plank, and Nix is going to give his position away. And indeed, the remaining 2 Ts have split once again. Nix pushing B, while Oxy is pushing A. With 5 players alive, it's unlikely that you're going to cause a rotation for the bomb to be planted. Not a full rotation anyway, especially as they haven't seen a bomb. That would be a bit of an over-rotation were that to happen. But it's going to be 12-0 here. Chiefs still firmly in control. Lots of money in the BANK. Again, we've got another force buy coming out from Control VP. Are we going to see a 16-0? That's becoming the question. And you have to credit Chiefs for the way they've been changing up the setups on the CT side. We saw a boost on the terrace roof there in the previous round, but now it has been abandoned, and they have a double arch setup with one playing on the corner of apps. Speaking of which, arch is going to be smoked off, but is this a bait? Are they going to push on it? The two CTs from B are pushing down Banana as well, and the bomb is on the other side of the smoke, which is presumably in that position. You might even see a flank coming out from the CTs once the action starts to hold up on the A side. Now they've abandoned the arch position, actually, banking on control not moving through there while they don't have control of the Banana area. The CT's moving back now. Going to have a quick check from Pietro to make sure there is nobody lurking in the CT area. 40 seconds left in the team's control. Will have waited for these smokes to disappear from B and then go to capitalize on it. Ox gets taken out, top mid. Pietro rotating just in time towards B to have the crossfire back. He can bounce a flash off this wall into the pool area to peek with it, but he's going to opt for the naked peek and go for the spray down through the smoke. That would also be a distraction while more sprays come in. 5-star though with 2 frags on the B bomb site. It's him versus 3. He's got 2 HP. He could almost be killed by that smoke grenade he just threw. And indeed, through the smoke he will be killed. No plant for him. No bonus money for control. Just 0 to 13. Money finally starting to get stretched. You can see Genesis has gone for the AK and no armor as opposed to the Galil and full armor. Against 4 M4s, you can decide if that's a good idea or not. We'll see if he eats the headshot, because as far as he's concerned, all those rifles have become AKs. So they've lost 3 players, already have the T's control, just with nothing to do here. Genesis have 1 frag again. He doesn't have a helmet, and he will get shot in the head, but by an AK, so it doesn't matter. 14 to 0, and it would be a confident performance to qualify for the FACEIT League with a 16-0 in the 3rd map. Again, Cash was a bit tricky for the Chiefs. They lost a few rounds on their CT side. Maybe expecting a more dominant performance. Full defuse kits, full everything, full all the bits and bobs for the Chiefs. Not really buying pistols though on the CT side. Speaking of pistols, star or 5-star just reduced to the Tech 9 in the last round of the 1st half. A decoy towards the apps. No player lost for either side yet. Nick's just on the Kevlar no helmet. And again, Chiefs aggressive towards Banana. Nothing is going in favour of control. I mean, that might be obvious with the score, but you know, they've got no map control either. There's nobody in apps. Look how passive their positions are on the minimap. They're not even going through T-apps properly. Which makes me think they're just waiting for these smokes to disappear, and they're going to try and 5-man bum rush the B-bomb site. Thing is, these Chiefs players have been really good at the multi-frags. Will it continue now? We will soon find out. Ooh, look at this. Zusi is rotating. It's been so quiet over towards A. He's going to move towards B. He's got a peek in as well, and that's that flash I was talking about. That bounces into the pool area. Makes it impossible for the Chiefs to face and push at the same time. Down goes the bomb on the site. Spray down's coming in from the M4A4s. And once again, control are being completely crushed. 5-star and Oxy left. Now it's just 5-star with 12 HP. And that's going to be that. 15 to 0. That is a shutdown. That shutdown was more impressive than the next key virus. In fairness, I have no idea what the next key virus actually did, apart from cause huge problems to people. So, are we going to see the 16-0? Are we going to see the 7 golden letters of perfect? Comes down to this. Control must win every single round just to stay alive. They can't even win by doing so. They must play for overtime. They must be aggressive again and again and again and again. So far, so good. Light step with 6 HP. Welcome to the scoreboard, Control VP. 15 to 1. The Chiefs have 15 times the round of control. That is the predicament we are facing at the moment. 15 times the rounds. Do you expect to win? Force spy coming out from the Chiefs. The Tech 9s will be precarious. Pietro, of course, going for Kevlar Deagle. No helmets. No dams given. Nades coming in from the CTs towards Banana. Bit of damage done to Zeusy. But again, here comes a bam rush. Crossfire, though, is going to last all of one frag. Nick's going down on the site. Man advantage with two, well, a rifle and an MP7 picks up, presumably, if they can get to it. Not being picked up just yet. Do they have any nades as well? There's a nade down in the CT. That's a money Molotov to New Box, taking down Tux, sending him into outer space. And there's M4s coming in handy now. Zeusy going down. Pietro with a finisher onto Genesis. Now it's become 2 versus 2. Iceman, only one standing. He doesn't have a kit. So Pietro can run distraction here and win this. He's looking for the kit. The kit has been picked up. He's got the MP9 going for the defuse there. He surely doesn't have enough time to do this. It's going to be 16-1. Chiefs qualifying for the FACEIT League in our first of 2 matches today. So, congratulations to the Chiefs. Again, it started late. Apologies for that, but hopefully we can get back on track with the next match. So we're going to go to a break quickly and get the second match set up, and we will see who will be the second team to qualify for the FACEIT League tonight in Oceania. See you in a few minutes.